Hello, this is Monday around noontime here in McAllen, Texas. The so what I do is I try to show people how to maximize their finances. Okay, so they can have a better life, right? They can, you know, they they can build toward their future. Okay, and that's what it's always been supposed to be that way, anyways. But but here's the thing: if you people have money, everybody wants it. Okay, and there's everything out there, everything in the media, everything on the radio and the TV and the internet is designed to get you to spend your money. And it's like, you know, I heard somebody talking, about good debt and bad debt, and they paid $5,000. They put it on a credit card and bought this course, and the guy did everything that the guy said, and he made, he tripled his money. So I guess he made $15,000, and he keeps using the same practices, right? He bought some apartment complexes, and so he's basically living rent free. Hey, good on him, right? But here's the thing. There's more to it than just making money. You've got to get your money to make money for you. Okay, so when your money makes more money than you do working, that's when you can retire. Okay, and I saw a Facebook Live. They one of my some guys I knew in the teams. A lot of them have gotten into technology, built companies, sold them to L3 or whatever, right? And and some of these guys put together this website that's the Oplign, Oplign, okay, and it's for veterans, and it's to optimize your ability to find a job. So that got me pretty excited. I wish this would have been around when I got out of the military. And I looked up, I put in McAllen, Texas. The company that has the most, looking for the most people to hire is 7-Eleven. In fact, probably the top 7 categories are in retail. Here in the Rio Grande Valley, the number one employer in the Rio Grande Valley is HEB. Okay. Now, when you look at the demographics, the population is almost identical. The demographics almost identical to South San Diego. The difference is the number one employer, other than the U.S. military in South San Diego, is Qualcomm. Big difference in income. When I first came down here, I got a job in providing services to produce warehouses. So I was down on Military Highway, there where all the produce warehouses are, and I saw this. I'm driving around, and I see this this little business. It's like a commercial duplex, and it was a technology company. I'm like, what kind of technology? So I knock on the door. And they're an engineering consulting firm. So they consult all the maquiladoras in Mexico that are making car parts. And so I'm sitting there, and the guy's like got in front of the computer, and he's like whipping through the screens. I mean, just like it reminds me of Tom Cruise in that movie, space, sci-fi movie that he was in, and where they're going through and looking at scenes from people's memories, trying to find evidence, right? And so they're kind of whipping through, and they're making little corrections on the drawings, on the CAD drawings, and the guy says, this is a great place to start a business because you can hire somebody here in the Rio Grande Valley I can hire somebody with, the same schooling, same education, an engineer, for 30% less than I would hire the same guy in San Antonio. And I'm like, that's just wrong, right? But what that does is that leaves a ton of opportunity for what we do, okay? Because people want to have more, they want to make more, all right? And this gives them an opportunity to do that. So if they get a job in retail or whatever, there's available. A lot of jobs, jobs in hospitals are another one. They're like hospitals and healthcare are down like after like the number 7 category, right? Better paying job, right? But still, it's a job. You're limited, okay? And here's the thing, and I learned this in the mortgage business. You can't refinance a renter, right? And if somebody isn't making enough money to pay their bills, it's hard to get them to invest their money. They got to have discretionary. They got to be making more than it's costing them to live. Okay. So, but if they can get a job, if they can get some kind of job, knowing that's not they're stuck forever, they can build something else, right? Then you got a platform for them to work with, right? Doing something more than just delivering groceries, right? That's a big thing right now. People are doing, online shoppers, right? So what I did, so this Opline, what it does, it takes into account your military skills and expertise and helps find jobs for former service members. So I put that on my blog on RubenLowing.com, one of my blogs, right? I put the link to opline.com, right, on there. But that's what that is for. And something really crazy's happened. It's like people I've known for years, now they're coming at me, and it's like 3 of them, and they're asking for the same thing. One guy's calling me up, and he's got this source of these people that want to do stuff for veterans. They want to help them, get a job, get trained, get medical. Basically, they want to have like a continuous jamboree, right? They used to do this in San Diego, and I was in Dallas and in Las Vegas. There's a veterans. They just one day, and everybody gets their medical check. Everybody starts, they help them write a resume. They help them find housing. All this stuff, everything from seeds to nuts, whatever veterans need, right? They offer it like one day a year, right? Well, they want to do this all the time, all right? And I start telling them my story on what happened to me, and I had nobody, then all of a sudden somebody I knew who wasn't in the military, but he knew a guy in the military who turned me on to this group, that helped Navy SEALs, right? And so, helped me out, right, with getting some bills paid, right? And then now, bam, I'm highly functional. Hey, I got some people on here today talking. All right, so what I'm doing here is I knew people that have done this. They've done a policy for somebody who had a business, and they promote that business to their other clients, right? And that increases their business. If they make more money, they got more money to invest, okay, which helps his business, all right? So I'm trying to model that. If I can help veterans, especially, get in a better place, get a good job in something that they've already got an aptitude for faster, that's great, especially down here in the valley. There's so much. I can't believe, you'd think that with Tesla, talking about coming to Texas, they wouldn't have a manufacturing or assembly. Like in Michigan, and I live way north of Detroit, but I lived in South Boardman and Fife Lake and Marion, and you know, there was South Boardman. They all had a plant that made something, some widget for cars, something, right? And then they would send them all to Detroit. They'd assemble them and make presto chango. They got a car, right? Well, they do that in Mexico now. They got maquiladoras in Mexico making car parts. You'd think that Tesla would either have a distribution point here in the Rio Grande Valley, Farr, McAllen, and they would be, getting the parts from Mexico, assemble them here, and then shipping them on up to San Antonio, Dallas, and Houston, and Corpus. All the bigger hubs, right? So you'd think they would do that, okay? And maybe somebody will hear that and get that idea. Maybe they heard that you can hire people here in the valley for 30% less than you can in Houston. All right, understand? All right, so go into ReubenLowing.com, look at my blog, and you'll see assistance for veterans. Okay, but I've turned that same link to the opline.com onto these. There's 3 guys. They're all coming to me independently, looking to do something for veterans. There, and why they come to me, I don't know, right? But so now that I have that, I know that this is a resource that's going to benefit them, okay? And then hey, these veterans that are now got good jobs, now they're making some money, they will start wanting, but they want to retire eventually. They retired from the military, may have their pension, all right, or disability or whatever, and they got this job working. It's not making them rich, but it's supporting them, right? But maybe they can start putting something away, all right, and growing for them and protected for them, and so they can start, they can actually really retire, and do things, not be stuck in traditionally work until you die. That's another thing. I did my Navy SEAL workout this morning by myself. It's a real shame, and I've seen it happen a ton of times. Guys, they retire, and then not too long later they die of a heart attack. John Koenig comes to mind. And he didn't abuse alcohol, and he kept himself fit, right? But he had a heart attack, right? But what it was, I believe, is they stopped having something to focus on and drive toward. And so this is something, with what we're doing here, and it takes leadership, and there's a lot of leadership taught. That's what the military does. It teaches leadership, and that's, we need leaders. Okay, we need leaders for sure. Okay, help people get past their little doubts and fears and insecurities. And but you got to have something to, you got to have a baseline income while you're building your business, right? But this is a lot easier than any other business to build. All right, have a great Monday. All right, bye.